When it comes to version control, Git is the coolest thing on earth. With Git, you can create multiple versions of your product. If you don't like your new version, you can switch to any past version you want. Okay, let me give you an example. Have you seen this movie called Wally? Wally is my favorite character, and I'm a programmer, okay? I can write code for him. So I have created this character, and let's say this is my first version. Now I realize I don't like his color. He is not that cool. So I made some changes to the source code, and there you go. I have another version of my product. Well, now I'm interested in making a change to a particular feature of my product. Let's say I want to make changes to the wheel of newly created version. This is how you can create as many versions as you want. If you want to add Git as version control, first you need to initialize a Git repository by using git init command. What Git does, it observes even the minute change in the code to every single file in your project folder and subfolders. Whatever feature you modify or change, Git will keep a history of all the files that have been changed. Once you have made sufficient changes, you might think, okay, let's create a snapshot of modified version. Now Git will display all these versions on a historical timeline called branch, which you can refer to as the main branch. Remember in previous example, we created a character Wally, and after that we went through few changes and we also created another model for Wally. But switching to next version require few steps. First, you need to inform Git about which file should be included in modified version. To check the files that have been changed, you can use this command called git stat. But before adding the new version to timeline, the initial step is to add the desired file to the staging area. To utilize this step, we can use git add command. Here I am using git add -a, means I am adding all the file. If you want to add a particular file, you can use git add and the name of the file. Finally, commit these changes to your branch along with a message like new branch created. Similarly, if you have worked on a specific feature of newly created version, you can commit those changes as well. Now let's explore how branching and merging can greatly simplify our development process. First, we have created a version for our Wally character, then we added additional feature on top of it. However, it's not always a good practice to work within a single timeline. You have the option to create a separate timeline or branch specifically for a particular type of work. For now, let's create another branch dedicated to a wheel feature using the command git branch and name of the branch. Within this branch, we can modify the source code related to wheel feature. Once we are done making the necessary changes, we can bring these modification back to main branch by executing git merge and the name of the wheel branch. But this process doesn't always work that way. Sometimes conflict can arise during the merging of two branches. Okay, let's go back to the previous stage. If we make modifications to the same feature in the main branch, merging those branches might result in a conflict. To resolve this issue, we can manually edit the file causing the conflict. This way, we can resolve the conflict during the merging process.